proven, once again, what everyone at this table already knows, is that residents in Esqimalt are intelligent, hardworking, passionate people who care about their community. And if the CRD had come here to do a consultation and have a dialogue with you, they would have heard the exact same thing. What you are telling us is important, and as several speakers have said, we need to keep the momentum going. We need to take this message to the CRD and to the province and to the federal government. And thank you for coming here and reaffirming what we know.
Thank you, Richard. I'll echo all of those comments, but I won't repeat them. I want to say a little bit about our strategy based on what I've heard from you tonight. And I guess where we're at as a council now is we said, let's try being rational. So we're going to talk to the funders about the long-term costs, and that what's actually proposed is not a good deal for the region as a whole. It's not just about Esquimalt. It's very expensive for the whole region. It's not the best deal. We're going to talk about the site limitations. We're going to talk about the fact there are other sites available, the Upper Harbour site. There is another site, not the gravel pit, that Colwood is willing to make available, but the CRD is not willing to do a full cost consideration of those other sites. We're going to look for allies. I happen to know that the Gorge Tillicum Residents Association, I'll be maybe a little light, just woke up. It's on their agenda for the next meeting saying, oh my God, there's a plan for a pipeline of trucks through our community. They haven't been paying attention. And so they're going to be starting the same kind of consideration of the impacts on their community. So there are allies out there for us. And I guess for those who say it can't be changed, this plan is Plan 8. Why not Plan 9? I'm working on Plan 9 right now, which is a way better plan than Plan 8. But I got to tell you, right, if we can get those changes through rational means, then personally, I'm quite willing to become an obstructionist. And so with that, we'll litigate, we'll do whatever we can to make this damn hard to shove in our community. And if we still don't succeed, then I really like what Willie had to say. We'll go to negotiations. And if we have to hire the highest powered negotiator around, I'm willing to do that. And we'll make it really expensive to foist this on our community because it is a bad plan for everyone, not just because it's a bad plan for us. The last thing I want to say a word to my friends, and some of the people are actually my friends who don't believe we need treatment. I want to say, even if you are right, I still think there's a little debate there, but even if you're right that we don't need secondary treatment, water is too precious a resource not to reuse it in this community. We do not have any supply of water. We need to reuse the water, and as climate change is happening, I know some of you don't believe in it, hottest year going so far, water will become even more precious. So we need to build a system that allows us to recover and reuse water in our community. And finally, there's other resources we are flushing down the toilet which have a price. And we can use those resources to recover some of the costs of this kind of treatment. So I think there are solutions here. And what really is heartening to me as a councillor is to see all of you here tonight. It gives us really something to say. When they say, well, it's just you on the council, we can say, no, it's our community is behind us 100% of the way. So thank you for showing up.
I've heard from many residents who have said, what can we do? Basically, we as council are going forward. We are saying it over and over and over and over again. But what we need is, they look at us as a local government body, not as voters. We need the voting public to get out there, and as we've heard from speakers, write to every person you can think of, and then their mother, because obviously that works, and get it out there that you don't want it. Personally, I've talked to so many people, and we are sick of being the third cousin once removed from Hoboken. We are Esquimalt, we are proud, and we have a voice. And we are passionate, like Councilor Gaul said, and we need to get that out there. We are not trying to do this to be NIMBY. We are doing this as a regional plan, and that's really important for people to stress. It's not that we don't necessarily want it in our backyard, but if it's going to be there, it's going to be right. And McLaughlin is not the right site, and that's what we need the residents to take forward to their friends in James Bay and their friends in Oak Bay, because really, everybody's paying for this. Not just us. So, in fact, you know, they need to be clear on what's going on as well. So, part of our job as a community is to get that word out there, that this is not the best plan. Who's to say that it actually wouldn't be cheaper to put it in Colwood, because you're putting both things together, than to do it all separately and pump it 18 kilometers, 50 stories straight up to Heartland.
Thank you very much, Your Worship. First of all, I feel very strongly that one of the things that we have not received as a community, and I'm going to say not just Esquimalt, but an overall community, is respect from the CRD. They haven't given us the opportunity for feedback. They've not listened. And I think that all of the people within the Lower Island need to provide a groundswell of support, saying we are not going to kowtow to what the CRD is going to do. Please understand that it affects all of the residents, because each and every one of us who own property or who lease because the landlord will pass it on are going to pay additional yearly taxes of $300 or more. So if you think the HST is affecting you, then you need to be aware that this has the effect of substantially affecting you more than that. And it's not just Esquimalt, it's all of the residents in the Lower Island. So, I'll put on my other hat for a moment. This sounds much to me like what we would call a class action, where everybody has the opportunity of saying, as a single voice, this affects us, we are not going to take it, we want you as a CRD, as a level of government, to listen to us, to respect what we say, to give us the input that we deserve. And there's been many speakers who have talked about litigation. A class action is a litigation suit which is brought by all the people who have been affected the same way, and everybody has the ability to do that. And you're all affected the same way. We all are. And that's something that I would put out to you, that we as a municipal council have the ability to go back to CRD, go back to CRD and say X, Y, and Z. We as a municipal council have the ability perhaps to start court actions and to do different things. But all of you, as residents in the island and the Lower Island area, have that opportunity to go back at CRD from your various communities and say, you guys are not managing this properly. Listen to us. We want some input into how much we are going to pay as taxpayers each and every year for the rest of our lives, because that's what's going to happen if this goes forward. So, as much as we will do things and we will listen to what you say, you have to go back and start working amongst all of your residents, working amongst all of the communities in the Lower Island, working together and saying, you guys, CRD, have to listen. And that is going to help not only Esquimalt, but all of the communities who, at this point, are very silent. So I implore you to help us, we'll help you, and let's work together.